Why is it so difficult to find work in your 50s? You know, a lot of people are having a hard time finding work in their 50s, particularly folks who've been laid off or fired, or you know, they want to change jobs for various other reasons. It is getting really, really, really tough to find work in your 50s. And I'm going to explain some of the reasons why I think this is the case. First and foremost is, you know, technology, the advancements in technology. Uh, a lot of jobs are being phased out because of technology. And when it comes time to figure out who within your pool of employees has to go, oftentimes, unfortunately, the employers look to the older populations because, for one, the older population a little harder to train, you know, as far as keeping up with technology and everything else. I'm not knocking those within the 50s, but I'm just saying it's just tougher to train because it's a new mindset, it's a new way of thinking. And so they are more accepting of these young IT minds, you know. Other reasons why it's hard to find work in your 50s, employers don't want to hire someone in their 50s who they already are probably going to have to pay health insurance to, but you're going to actually be using a lot of time to use those health insurance benefits. As you get older, you know, you got more maintenance that you need to have, more physical maintenance, whether it be your checkups, your blood work, whatever. You're going to have to go off on your appointments as you get older, more frequently. And employers look at that. And unfortunately, they look at time away from the office. They look at, you know, all they're about really is generating the revenue, man, generating the revenue. And if they can do it without you in the way, they will certainly do that. And so it's really tough for folks in their 50s to find work right now. Um, you know, I saw a story the other day of a gentleman who was talking about how it, you know, with AI and everything about to jump off. With, you know, they're talking mass layoffs, mass firings. He was saying really all that's already started. It's already started, and it started unfortunately with the aging population. And I say aging, I mean those 50s and above. It started with them, because at that point, I think that's a age where you pretty much setting your ways around that age, and particularly if you've held the same skill set throughout your career and you've been doing the same thing, you're pretty much stuck in your mindset, your mind frame, and your habits. And so for them, it's much easier to get a younger person in and train them to try to break that cycle of the habit. Sometimes that's a good thing. It's a good thing for companies that you're regimented, you're consistent, and you're constantly kicking out and pushing out. But the problem is when they get something faster that's faster than you, then they'll move you out of the way and incorporate that faster component. So that's where they'll reach out and get the younger folks, or they'll just use AI. Some jobs are just being phased out because of AI. But nevertheless, it is getting very difficult for folks in their 50s to find work. It has been very difficult. Um, you know, my heart goes out to those who have been laid off or have been fired. You know, the only thing I can tell you is just try to get a good game plan in place. You know, start to look at the things that you really need compared to the things that you want, and start whittling down, man, and start, you know, slowing your spending down, because right now the economy is not good. And like I said, when it's time to pick among a group of employees as far as who we're going to downsize and what percentage of folks are going to go, who's going to be first, it's going to be the older folks. Don't kid yourselves. And I know it's discriminatory, but I've seen it for myself. And so that's just the way they think. It's all about the dollar at the end of the day. So my hats off to those who can't find work. Don't give up. Keep at it. And good luck to you. Thanks. Bye-bye.